Would you then, Nishikadatta doesn't use the word consciousness and you do?
No, he uses all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He uses it all the time.
Yeah, and me not, you mean?
No, there's like consciousness, awareness, self.
He doesn't speak much of self.
Not
maybe,
at all, or very little.
Yeah.
Or not.
It's a question. This is.
It's just choices of words that mean the same with another word.
Consciousness, self. I would say yes.
Sometimes some people use consciousness for
the absolute.
Yes, and other use awareness for the absolute. No? Sometimes this is a bit confusing.
Yeah, it is to me. Yeah.
But it's part of our search to make it clear what all this means. Voilà. I got a shot. Et voilà. Ah oui, pas ça.
I don't say at all so easily yes to the consciousness before. I just read it. I want to clarify that, please.
No, I wouldn't. Why not? I mean, it would be great. Great. But I think, I don't know, but may I ask, being in satsang for a long time, for some people it doesn't matter how long, but I mean, I guess that everybody sometimes it's very clear that the consciousness means my eye sees a pot, but I'm conscious to see the pot. So that's what we say I, that thing is not the body and the mind. Sometimes it may be for some reason clear that it's pure. There is no, the body and the mind are forms. They are, it's an identification that that thing is pure. It has no body mind. I think it comes in the end. In the end, it may come sometimes, no?
Yeah.
Because it is that has to be reminded. So it means unmanifest means that there is, in fact, this I, pure I. That's why there is an investigation to show that, no, that it's not the body and the mind. That is there manifested, yeah. But whatever one realizes is in time. This is the thing. Whatever one realizes is in time. Even if one realizes eternity, it's in time. This is the...
Because there is always a reflection of consciousness in the mind.
Yes.
That's what you mean?
Yes, and it is I who knows it.
Although consciousness can stand by itself, you will talk about that or think about that because of your mind.
Yes.
The same
exactly.
as I see you now.
Yeah. So any realization is in time. and that's what he wants to say, or they want to tell us. Okay, fantastic. But then they say, and I totally agree with that, abide there, don't forget, remind yourself, because then at some point it's really like obvious, not only sometime, it's obvious, it's like that. And then you may hear, okay, you have nothing to do, but know that that this also goes. And somehow it makes sense. But you see, it's good to hear at the right time, or it makes its work. Nisargadatta says anyway to everybody, and it makes its work slowly when it's time. It doesn't matter. But one has, yeah.
But self-realization doesn't go further. This is what you say. It doesn't go further than the unmanifest. Self-realization.
But no, because you realize. I realized myself. It's a knowing. It's really a knowing. Not a knowing, but a knowing. But we cannot do more than that as a human, as an I. So abide there as much as you love it, or as much value to give to that, you give to that, and then it's no more in your hands. But at least you are in a state of kind of surrender. You don't know what it is. Don't search for answer, otherwise you know that you do again your loop. And then when you die, you die like that. So it means nothing will happen. Nothing can happen. It's just that what is too much anyway dies. But, because you see, I find if you start to say there is an absolute, there is this and that before, it's all knowing, it's all your guess of the mind, and it doesn't help to have concepts. It's better to just have so much less pride that you surrender. Because you see, if you don't know that this is not the ultimate, a pride comes with time, not for a while, maybe not for 10 years, but in the end the pride grows. So that I think it's very good to know this. Very good.
This is why Papaji said you have to be vigilant until the last breath. That what you realize doesn't become something.
Very much.
But then in the end it comes to the point that you only can unrealize what you're not. You cannot really realize what you are.
No, you cannot realize it. It's impossible to realize it. And if you make it a realization again, in the even though you stop, but
One morning, after waking up, I was struck by the fact that about this body-mind,
yeah,
very natural, I can say that is me. This is
yeah,
me. But at the same time, I can say this is not me.
yeah. That's great.
It's both true,
Yeah,
and depending
yeah.
where you place
Where you
yourself.
place yourself, where you want to place yourself. according to circumstances. No, I place myself very much into body.
Ganga, this unmanifesting I belongs to the mind too, no?
Consciousness, it's called.
Yeah.
That mind is called consciousness because it's not personal. And you know, when it's very funny, it came to me a few days back. When I met Papaji, he asked me, "What do you want?" And I said, "I want cosmic consciousness, but if you know more, I want that more."
That too.
Because I knew that my mind was limited. So, and so the ultimate I could conceive was that. And in fact, it's exactly what he offered me. He offered me to live fully cosmic consciousness and to see also something else. It's amazing. But it took me 50 years or so. But he must have died telling her it's hopeless. Let me go now.
So there is no moment where you, because you said you cannot realize, so there is, but sometimes you said self-realize, this is the best gift.
Yeah, self-realization, yes. But now in my language, self-realization means the ultimate you can go. It means I know myself. I'm not this body mind, but I cannot tell what it is, but I know myself. You cannot go further than that with your consciousness. This I call cosmic consciousness or what.
In the note, like there will be a moment where this comes.
Or not. Or or when you die, I mean, you know. But it's good to hear. I think it's good to hear. Simply, as I said, it will not change. In fact, it will not change anything ultimately if you are in self-realization, because that itself melts wherever or whatever. But the difference is that you don't suffer because you take still things here so real that you suffer, you have not fulfilled this or that, which can be a big suffering. I see people dying, I see how much, then when you have time, not if it is a sudden death, but you can see that it's really attachment, desires and all that which makes you suffer. Otherwise, why should you suffer? And you can suffer when you, for example, if you leave your beloved ones, you suffer, but at the same time, you can know that this is in the dream. So the suffering is very different than the one who has not seen that, you know.
But it is easy also to create like an abstract, I don't know if the word is in English, abstraction, like you create a concept out of this and it is a escape also, no? I am something different, I'm not that. You know, I mean that although you see that, you see, I mean, you may feel something and you see clearly that it is the mind. No, and you don't know why you see it, but you see that it is the mind and you don't feel identified with that. But in that process, I mean, in that, you can also deviate yourself and think that you are something different, which is like space, I am consciousness, and that this I am consciousness, I am absolute, can be an identification too, and you're just living a...
Yeah, but that's why you see, if it is fake, then it's like those people who don't take their responsibilities or they face things in life because they say, no, but that is escapism. Because the one who knows who really he is, he knows, he just faces his dream because he is in the dream.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not that,
he
but I
will
play
not
the game.
be like, or if he does, it means he's how you say, a bastard in the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be a bastard also, you know.
Yeah.
You cannot justify anything with this.
What do you?
You cannot justify to have a certain attitude in this dream because of if you realize yourself. You cannot justify your attitude telling, no, I realize myself, I'm not touching this or that.
Yeah.
No. That is fake. That's fake. That's why you see Papaji, he had a good lesson from Ramana because he wanted to leave his family and the responsibility to save his family from Punjab. And Ramana said to him, you live your dream, you go and save them.
Maybe
What a lesson!
Maybe then you realize, because before when he said
It's at least it was a kind of confirmation of something, sure.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Wow. Wow. It was your day off.
Got you.
Which glass would you prefer?
Not too big.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you. It will not break?
No.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow. This is. You want? Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see those little sentences here and there. They are as great teaching than you read a full book only abstract and whatever.
Yeah.
You nearly learn more with those little hints,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. More practical.
Sure.
Yeah.
And even justified, Master, he said to Ramana, you showed me that all this is a dream and I am attached to you, so I will stay at your feet and all that.
Yeah.
No. You go.
One for you. Who wants a big glass?
I can't sleep if I do
Big
that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Hamza.
Yeah,
That's
thank
good.
you so much.
Saved my eyes.
Amsa doesn't have a chair.
Yes.
Yeah?
Here, yes.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Here's a
Perfect.
throne.
Very good.
But this is so interesting. I've always been intrigued by that statement. When Papaji is in the temple and he just looks, and even when he sees the elbow of Ramana and the toe, he's like mesmerized. And then and then Ramana says, "Go and live the dream." So he still needed to hear that from Ramana. That's what I'm asking.
Absolutely. But that's why it's a pity we were not up to there, because otherwise I would have asked Papaji to speak more. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't say, huh? He doesn't say what happened.
No.
Because it's enormous, I find.
Yeah.
Suddenly
Yeah.
I was not aware of that after all. Interesting.
And I'm glad you bring it up, because I always had this, what is this?
So he never spoke about it?
No, he never spoke. Even, I would say, he said that he was realized at the age of 9.
Yeah.
I would have loved him to say, I had a glimpse at the age of 9.
Yeah.
It changed my life, that's sure. and it's very young, but after you see him searching for God, show me God, he goes to the saint. What is this? If he was self-realized, he would never have done that. So it was definitively a huge glimpse. But you see, if he could have explained that to us, we could have related much more also. And then when Ramana said him different things, it was wonderful. It would have been great if he could.
But
But
even
doesn't
Godman,
matter,
but even because even in the book of Nothing Ever Happened, even Godman is going there with Papaji several times and insisting, now, when did it happen? When? And there's a whole few, I don't remember which book and which page, and there's never a clear, he never says it then, there, that. And even Godman tries
doesn't
to
matter, but
go
we
there.
find ourselves. It's
Yeah.
good, maybe better.
Yeah.
I don't understand how can you say that there is this moment in which that happened, and at the same time you have to be careful not to get hooked by a. I mean, because at the moment that you say something happened,
But
you,
yeah,
it's
because-
that you are saying something is permanent already
Look,
somehow.
with self-realization, it's a good question. With self-realization, you are sure that is your obviousness that you are not the body-mind, you are that, and so the time doesn't touches you. Conclusion, the dead doesn't touch you. I am unborn. But look at the tricky mind. I am unborn. You now believe in another quality, in another concept. I am unborn. There is still someone who realizes and knows this. That's why when you are unborn, when you are in that state and you abide there, because it's not yet the real thing, pride can still come at any time. Because it's in time. The unmanifested experience is still in time. Yeah, I know. And after that, nothing can be said, nothing. But so one has to be vigilant. And the best way to be vigilant is to abide there once you are sure, once you know that, to love that, because that will not allow the arrogance to grow. In the contrary, at some point you may even wake up to something else or whatever, but the arrogance will not grow. So that is the real vigilance here. It's not that you have to make an effort to, no, abide in yourself. This is the real vigilance now. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful.
But you see, of course, Papaji saw all this, but it's not said. It is said, but
You have to
you have to
realize it
dig.
yourself.
You have to dig to see. Yeah, but he says it, but it's not a. Anyway, some people also are less mindful. I'm too mindful. I have been and I am still because I explain so much, but for some people all this is not needed also because they are less in their mind, they are more in devotion and so. I'm not so. delicious cha.
Yeah.
Very good.
That is also called the natural state, no? The natural state where no qualities are of the person. Yeah.
Exactly. Sahaja.
Oh, that's called sahaja.
And in yoga, there are two samadhi, savikalpa samadhi and nirvana. Nirvikalpa samadhi. It's similar except that they have to make an effort to maintain it. But it's the direction of it. It's funny. There is a samadhi, a state where there are no qualities.
So it's really, it's
Mind blowing. It's mind blowing.
she's just a search. Because if there is no search, if the mind doesn't search, then the unmanifest, the natural state is always there. It's always.
That's what I say. You are ignorant or you are self-realized. I think for the real thing, it doesn't matter at all. that is true. But for the one who's self-realized, I think there is a great blessing for the life because you can also have a refuge where you are not obliged to be all the time in this samsara. I mean, it's a big gift in this dream. Maybe, I mean. Oui.
But it's also in this dream, once I've been born with this to find the answer. I can say I cannot stop either. That I'm looking for an answer why I'm here. It's been like there is not even a choice in the matter.
There is a choice. If you see the foolishness of it.
Yeah, that doesn't answer what I'm saying. It's more like there has been from the beginning, like there must, like you say, it doesn't matter whether you are a
Okay.
criminal or a seeker or none,
Yeah.
or if you are
Okay,
realized.
okay.
For that it doesn't matter. But the one like who searches has no choice. One has to look to solve it.
Yeah, one has to solve
That is
it.
there is no stopping in that.
But that's why one gets there in beingness.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Because you see more and more probably. We wake up, the mind is busy 24 of 18 hours with objects. The mind is busy. So those who search something else, at least they have moments of cut, you know.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that gets more and more attractive.
Yes.
So of course it's mad, this mind.
Yes.
All the time active. A little bit.
Yes.
I will be agitated, active in my bed.
I just wanted to ask. I mean, your mind is also busy, I guess.
My mind is busy,
Not.
but my mind is busy, no doubt. I mean, I'm active, I'm grandma, family, bref. My mind is busy. When
That's
I
so
know-
nice that you need to think about that. Because I do like this. Of course, it is busy, you know. But
I just try to describe something. I don't know, because I want to be very clear about that. That's true. I have a busy mind like anybody else. Now, I think, let me see if it is correct, but I think that when I finish to be busy, I am in my natural state, you know? And so even if it is split seconds here, there, it makes really a big difference, because the impact of that is bigger than the impression of the world. So in the end, this is your home more than the contrary.
But the natural state is still the mind. But the natural state is still the
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, I know. But what
Yeah, but then
Was heißt Gummiband?
Elastic.
but not personal.
It's like an elastic.
It's an
You're always drawn back to your
This is a
natural
good
state,
yeah, okay.
and the other people were always drawn back to their busy mind.
It's funny. This is good. So the impression of this in the end goes. So that's why you don't care if you are in your mind or not. But of course, for that you need to keep quiet in the beginning, at for a while. Keep quiet, yeah, so that this is clear. Yeah.
But why Ramana was talking more about, but maybe he had a different
Yeah.
language. Like, because he was meditating for so long and he still talk about purifying the mind. So why are you talking about that?
I think he meant not to keep concepts in our. Yeah, I cannot believe otherwise.
It's also interesting to me that before I came here, I love to sleep a lot, also in the day,
Yeah.
but not because I was a very active person, not because of resting so much and dreaming.
Okay.
But I somehow I knew that this is the best experience I can have. really, and really not about like I don't know what. And I also loved, those moments when you kind
In
of
between.
yes. These were my favorite ones.
Yes.
Nothing could really
Mm-hmm.
take over. So I always slept. Everybody was mocking me because of the sleeping, and here I kind of stopped because I
You
can't
live
really-
it in a different way.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
It's a refuge.
Sure.
It's a refuge.
One has enough of those loops, endless loops. Tired. Tiring. But in that way, that's what I say for the mind, even if the mind is consciousness, for a moment it's a big blow, because it really means there is absolutely no attainment in reality. Nobody has attained anything. Yeah, you may have attained self-realization, okay, but it's not like what to say? It's like oh, I have attained, I won an exams or something like that. It's a bit like that, you know. That's okay, but it's not like you won, you have attained God's whatever. No, there is no attainment here, because what's real or not real, I cannot speak about that. Is the affair of absolutely nobody, and not I became nobody. I let it be I full of things, or I full of nobody. It doesn't go there, it cannot go there. So there is no attainment here. So that is even though one is not proud to be self-realized, but still there is something. It's cuckoo completely. But by intuition, I always knew that the sense of eternity, of no time, was still in the mind. This very strong, and I knew it. But
You mean after having the glimpse when you met Papaji in this period?
no, always. I knew that. Not to fool myself that I'm eternal. I knew there was something there. But then you see, it's very subtle, because if you didn't get a very, very true guidance, you would fall into a trap, because when you are self-realized, whenever something comes, a concept, you know it's not it. So you think you are safe from hooking at a concept. But you see, there are layers here. Okay, concept was not there, but what about the experience? And that you hear, for some reason, you need a big blow to blow that.
And Papaji did that, or what?
No, you did. I'm sorry, I must have never
but
died.
just to know what
The
you're
proof
talking
is there,
about.
but
Just to know what you're talking about.
no. I talk of what I see now. And I didn't need any confirmation, but I'm very happy to have seen that finally they said like this from always, but I didn't know. So I'm happy, because I thought at some point I'm completely cuckoo now. Completely, I went somewhere, but I could not also say to reject it, because it was my experience. So it's mad. But so I'm very happy. They showed me I was not cuckoo. That I was cuckoo like them. And then I don't mind to be in the club of the cuckoos. It's very mad.
In many philosophies or religions or something, there are always like a path. So I mean, in so many currents, they say like there is a path in which you need to strive and you need to accomplish something, and maybe that accomplishment might be this purification or whatever. And after that, there is a point in which the person cannot do anything else. Some people say that it will happen by itself, or some people will say it is God that will give it to you.
Yeah.
do you feel it is the same thing?
It looks like, I would not say God, but it looks
Yeah,
like.
I mean,
No,
whatever
no,
the
but
concept,
no.
but there is,
would
I mean,
say
it's
so.
like two stages, so to speak. Like, be careful. One needs to be somehow mature, or
Mature.
mature, and to purify your body and.
The only difference is that generally the teachings offer a path of transformation of the personality, and that they will not lead there. That is sure. Now, I find with the Advaita, there is a path, no path, but it's still a path, going back to the source of I, which is the root of all this manifestation. And so that is different. The path is very different, and that can lead to what you say. Yeah. I don't see, with exceptions. Yeah. Because you see, in this path, which is introverted, for example, there are less and less conditions for that, because you go to your natural state, which is already there. So in that way, it's quite a different attainment than when you go.
Yeah, you need to fulfill.
But it's, if I may say, sometimes, at least in the beginning, it was very difficult to make the difference between these two things that you just explained. And now I see it.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it looked for me that even that direction it kind of will lead to... Because it looked like to me, it looked like...
That's why so many people say all the roads lead to God.
Yes.
But from my experience, I can say the only good result of an extroverted path is to realize that it's not working.
That's
Which
true.
is a very important.
But it's very important. It's true. But you're right. But yeah, you are right.
That's the final goal.
Yeah. So in the end, we start like this, and then and then after you like, and then.
It's like you are in a driving school for ages until you're realizing that you're in a carousel.
And then somebody said, just come out of your car.
And then there's the teacher next to you telling you what to do. Look in the mirror.
We have had a long life. We have done all that.
Definitely. Oh my God.
So actually all the great masters, they only want to tell us that there's nothing to realize and that nobody is there to attain
To
anything.
realize. At least those we followed, yeah. Yeah, but you see, to take this, you must have searched so much in your mind that you have seen that, yeah. After all, what do we realize? Till even the beingness you thought and still is the ultimate into a person, you have still to admit, okay, this is still in time, so you just, okay, basta. And not to fall into depression or bitterness or not at all. It's just basta. Because in the dream, then you can really say, in the dream, you are ignorant, fine. You are a seeker, you are a self-realized. That's all in the dream. All in the dream. So which kind of pride can you have?
Right.
Nada.
This.
Yeah.
It's that, in fact.
Even if
That is a good sentence! Very good sentence! You're very convincing. No, please. No, you cannot say better anyway.
You're a terrible company. Oh my god.
No, I would
No,
thank you
I
in
just
my dream.
no, but this obsession for self-realization, there it gets really
But you see, you have to get self-realized, otherwise your search will not stop. You can pretend, you can try, it will not go.
yeah, but as long as you search for self-realization, you're in the wrong direction, because what you have to realize is already. So every movement which goes
Yeah.
towards something
But that's how you...
is an obstacle that you create yourself
Yeah,
to
but
realize
that's
yourself.
how you suddenly realize yourself, that, oh, where I was going, what was my mind doing? Sure. But that's called self-realization. I mean, it's not nothing. I don't say that too, but still, it's in the dream. Yeah. No, for me, I would still. It's not even a suggestion, because the one who seeks something else, he doesn't need anybody to suggest continue, he has to continue. So what I say is a bit foolish, but I would say continue, in fact, yes, because self-realization in the dream is a tremendous blessing. It's a blessing. Because even it gives you peace. Non-search, no search. Imagine a life where you don't search anymore. Even if life is hard, because you carry with this body mind whatever was with it at birth, yet you can know peace. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Of course.
And because I know in the world some people are looking quite wise, but they don't know exactly what is the mind and all that. And we have learned. I find it a great blessing.
I just say that the movement that goes out to search for something this is the okay. I can accept that you say this is the most precious, and I know, and it will not change anymore. This is for me, of course.
But you see that now, because you realized. Otherwise, you cannot speak like that. A seeker still searches. You see somewhere. It's like that. Till you find. Well.
But the very word dream implements a waking up.
Yeah, otherwise you don't see there is a dream.
Can you say again? I didn't get it.
By the very fact that it's a dream, it implements a waking up. By the very fact.
Yeah, but you see, if you ask me, at the moment I said I woke up, I really woke up.
Yeah.
But now it's in my memory. Now that is in my memory. Now, no, I don't need to speak about.
Of course.
But it's in my memory.
Of course.
Yeah. The real thing. I have nothing to say about it.
Yeah.
So now I say about dream, because of course every appearance is in a dream, but I would not have said that word so easily before. Dream. I could see that the world was unreal, but not a dream was a bit like I would have borrowed that word before. I never spoke much about dream. Illusion, okay, and so on, but now I really understand why they say dream. Yeah. Anyway. We are together. It's nice. It's nice. What is the time?
It's 5. You have enough.
Oh, yeah. I can speak like this all night.
No problem.
No problem at all.
No give Ganga some.
We find ways, chai, leffe.
Even if it is a dream, I still speak. So you see, things don't change.
No.
They don't change. For example, it's very subtle. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
A very subtle things I see, I cannot say anymore. It's very subtle. It doesn't change anything about satsang, I tell you. But sometimes if I was speaking of me, I see I would not speak like this anymore. Before I was saying, I know very well myself. I cannot express it, I cannot tell you. But I know who I am. I had this authority.
Mhm.
And now, I just... I don't speak. Impossible. So, a few things like this, yeah, they are changed. And here there is no teaching. And I understand Dakshinamurti, he was teaching through silence. Of course, nobody understands, that's why we start to speak. But in fact, but it's extraordinary to see that the indications are perfectly the same. Perfectly the same. I don't know how I could, maybe, because I think, when you are self-realized, you have knowledge. You have knowledge. Of course, you don't feel it's a personal knowledge, but knowledge is there. So, yeah. It's, after all, when you speak, it's the knowledge. So that's the same. That's the same.
Well, you can show what the mind is.
Yeah.
You always could show what the mind
yeah.
is.
I forgot to include one thing.
You forgot to include?
Myself. I manifested myself. But you see, in the real satsang, you hear Papaji and all that, they say, drop knowledge. They say, drop knowledge. But of course, you can understand in many ways. But, yeah.
But this knowledge that you have is not the same knowledge that has acquired, that's of books that somebody acquires by
but
reading and understanding.
Even this knowledge has to be dropped to wake up. But it doesn't mean I will deliver knowledge if there is because it's needed to indicate it's needed. But for one, it can be understood in many levels, Many levels. No, I don't. I mean, of course, I don't drop if there is a demand because the knowledge is created by the demand. But
knowledge is created by the demand.
Ganga, I just wondering, like many people are using meditation to because I think if it's not about imagining this and that, but just rest your mind or something, that actually they experience this I amness or and the difference, and they use it because this is also a refuge for them.
Yeah.
And the difference, let's say, is that there is no self-investigation, like what do they experience, who is experiencing that, they just use the experience as a refuge. Is this the difference, let's say, between us and the people, because tons of people
I don't know if they reach there because those I met who meditate, they are the witness.
yes.
Yeah, but then
Okay.
who is the witness? What you do with that witness? In self-realization, at least, that also is gone. There is nobody there in self-realization, don't forget.
Yeah.
Still, it's somebody, but there is nobody there. With meditation, the farthest you can come is to witness. You're the witness. So you see, there are many experiences one can have of very different levels. Very different levels. According to the direction or the teaching given. Yeah. That's what I say. I still believe and I see that the directions of Ramana, Nisargadatta, Papaji, the Advaita is magnificent. It's really perfect in that way.
The perfect teacher. I like that. Papaji says that sometimes. The perfect teacher. You need the perfect teacher.
Yeah. Because already you see it's like an edge of a razor. And if someone teaches and is near, but he will slip, and then he teaches this way. And I have to. You have not to interfere. You just have to reply to the demand. Thank you so much. I love this kind of being together. It's very beautiful.